Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different connections, not just to the original trilogy, but also to the prequels, as well as borrowing elements from the expanded universe by director and writer J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this film is that we do know that Palpatine is going to be used in a significant way in this movie, and in a surprising way that fans are not going to expect to see on the big screen. And it really does leave open a lot of different possibilities as to exactly where new Star Wars lore is going to go after Episode 9's release come December 19th of this year. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for the characters of Emperor Palpatine and, of course, even Rey. Now, specifically, a description of Rey inside of a cave where it's described that she is meditating on a large boulder, where it's said that a glowing red Sith holocron is levitating in front of her that is said to be the holocron of Emperor Palpatine that Rey discovered in Luke's hut on Ahch-To. The next describes Rey opening her eyes and allowing the holocron to gently fall into her hands, where it's described to become brighter, where she eventually hears the voice of Emperor Palpatine, where it said that he reveals a big revelation that will change existing canon of the Star Wars franchise. It said that the Palpatine holocron reveals that Palpatine had discovered a path to eternal life. However, it's described that essence transfer is not referenced, nor are the concept of clones. It's described that Palpatine simply reveals in the holocron that through decades of searching, he has found the ultimate path to living forever. It said that J.J. Abrams took many ideas from Star Wars Dark Empire that will be used in Episode 9 in a different and original way. The last describes Palpatine also making a statement about energy and the origins of the dark side that led him to this power. So I really want to go over quite a number of parts about all of this. Now, as much I am as a fan of the expanded universe, what I really do like about the expanded universe is the return of Emperor Palpatine, which, by the way, is something that we are getting in some way, shape, or form in Star Wars Episode 9. After all, we do know that J.J. Abrams and Terrio dive directly into the EU in order to really make this movie feel fresh and new and stand on its own away from The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, which I honestly think is a healthy thing for the Star Wars franchise right now. The fact that they are borrowing a lot of elements from the EU as a major way of the storytelling in this movie. So this holocron, we went over this just yesterday actually, and it does match directly up with this, where Rey is actually meditating inside of a cave, and she now owns the Palpatine holocron. Now, the holocron is said to reveal a certain revelation of Anakin Skywalker, as well as Emperor Palpatine in this movie. But in this scenario, we do learn a whole lot more about Emperor Palpatine's revelation in Episode 9, that he has found the path to eternal life, and that he has actually done this and has been searching for this power for decades. So it's likely that this, recording of Palpatine was done many years before his death on board of the Death Star 2, and he was able to find a way to live on forever. Now, this could also match directly up with the rumors that we have been hearing about for a couple of days now, that Emperor Palpatine's spirit may very well be used in this movie in some way, shape, or form. You can really see how all the dots are starting to connect here in Episode 9. So the other piece that I do want to go over is that this whole entire aspect of the story was directly inspired by Star Wars Dark Empire, and that no essence transfer is referenced in The Rise of Skywalker, nor are clones. So how is Palpatine coming back to life, or how is Palpatine going to live on forever? Or exactly how is he going to use this power that grants him eternal life? Like I say, this matches directly up with the rumors that we have been hearing for a very long time now, that they are going to do something with Emperor Palpatine that will change how we view existing Star Wars lore. And with the recent rumors that actually surfaced on the internet a couple of days ago, that Palpatine's spirit will be used in this film, it really may very well connect to what this is actually referring to. So we do know that Palpatine and Rey, they are going to have a strange connection in this movie through the holocron, and that holocrons will be used in a great way in Episode 9 in order to really open up a lot of casual fans to existing Star Wars lore, not just within the EU, but also within the existing canon material. And I think that's a fantastic thing by JJ, guys. I gotta say, I mean, this is the exact reason as to why JJ confessed or revealed a couple of weeks ago that if it weren't for Chris Terrio, he wouldn't have done this movie. That's just a fact. That's what JJ said. You know, if it weren't for Chris Terrio, he wouldn't even have been able to do this script. And thankfully from Chris Terrio, he dived into the EU, he dived into Legends material and applied it to the main plot of this movie, and actually embedded a lot of those elements of Legends into Emperor Palpatine in Episode 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.